Hi, I'm José González, singer-songwriter.
My name is Mikel Cee Karlsson. I'm the director of A Tiger in Paradise with José González.
Yeah, I guess when I was writing my fourth solo album, you approached me. We were working together before, and you said, let's make a film with all the songs. And I was like, yeah, why not? But then...
Yeah, I think there was one idea because I was doing music videos for you. Because we usually have really specific ideas about the music videos. So, and they usually don't have like a context around them. So there was like a basic idea to do like a film that would kind of include, like, it's not all of the songs, but most of the songs, and then kind of your process around that, and kind of do an in-depth, philosophical kind of journey. In a
way. Putting to surface many of the things that I've been thinking about and we've been talking about. And it happened to be around the pandemic.
So. Yeah, almost everything is shot in your summer house or around the summer house that you have. So it's like, it's Sweden from its better side, maybe in the summertime.
So I remember doing the two videos for Down the Line and Killing for Love that are my second solo album. And so that was the time when we started to work together. But yeah, it was around 2007, 8, 9.
Yeah, we got to know each other there, and then you kind of got a bit deeper during the Junip parts also, like Junip videos. Yeah, where we got to play with some ideas together.
If you look at A Tiger in Paradise, you can see a connection already from that video.
Hope so. No,
yeah.
I don't know.
So it was more like a traditional documentation of making In Our Nature album, but then also having a similar twist like this one, where there was some focus on me as a person. For this one, the approach was different. It was about you having an idea, like, I want this shot, which reflects this part of what we've been talking about, or this part of your life.
It's actually super planned out, this film. I think that every single shot almost that we made are in the film. So that's kind of
it's
different.
Very different approach.
I
mean, the first one, I had a pretty difficult writer's block, so it portrays that struggling. And also it started, that was the time when I started to try to have ambitions of writing on more global themes, and it wasn't that easy. So with this album, it was easier, but it's still very obscure for any listener what I'm trying to say. So that's where your film has a way of bringing that forward, and you forced me to write voiceover, and we co-wrote lots of the stuff that I'm saying in the film. So there's a joint effort trying to explain, but through
and we also bring up the mental health aspect, which is so it's more personal.
Exactly, which is key to the film, and it's the first time that I'm open to a wider audience.
But we didn't want to make a film about so much focus on the mental health aspect thing, but we used it as a jumping off point that we also talk about in the show, to discuss like different types of ideas and how they shape our worldview and our actions. It's kind of
and it took a while for me to accept that was the premise to make the film. And so it was partly therapeutical for me to go through my history, my memories. I'm able to open up my history in my own terms in a way. So that felt good. And my own terms being, we start with mental health, but then we associate it with ideologies and how they can relate to reality or to supernatural stuff. Yeah, so I mean the jump from biochemistry to music was one of going to the university, reading about molecules and viruses and bacteria, and all the time still doing my music, playing with different bands and recording my demos as a solo guitar and vocalist. But then, yeah, I got sort of forgetting about my ambitions of a music career. I still released a 7-inch, and that got picked up. And when that took off, I told my professor, I'm taking a break now, and he was like, yeah, I knew that. And so we were like having a coffee, and like, I'm not coming back, I think. Yeah, I know that.
We started with the, as I said, jumping off point with your mental health issue, kind of that part of which is like the opening of the film. In some ways, I think some of the parts of these films are like standalone short films in a way. So, and then you can rearrange those scenes a bit in the editing if you want. So it's not like super strict in that way. I think my favorite memory is from the tiger scene and the paradise scene.
And that was a late.
That was also
scene.
kind of a late scene.
But yeah, I mean it was fun because there was lots of people involved in the botanical garden in Gothenburg.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful day.
Yeah. We had like a crowd looking on, like a big crowd looking on and cheering, whether it would go like well or not.
Yeah. How many takes did we do? 10?
Yeah, no. Maybe 10. Yeah. But, everyone would have to kind of imagine a tiger being there and ripping someone's leg off.
I was gonna joke and say it was difficult to hold the tiger that many takes and keeping him happy
calm
without the food. Just feeding different persons to it for each take.
Yeah.
In the Visions video, there's the astronaut
drops a wrench.
And trying to catch it. And so you wanted a video of a wrench that is falling towards my head. And I remember being there and like throwing that wrench towards the camera, which was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
We almost killed each other with that wrench.
I think it's really hard. I don't really usually want to change anything about my movies. I think there's something about even the aspects that you're not maybe not happy with. I think there's like you have to love them like children or something. I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I don't look back too much, I think.
I mean, there were some things that felt a bit like the conversation with Hannah that was, in my opinion, it was a bit theatrical, where I was pushing a side of me that is there, but I was pushing it, and it came out in a certain way, and I felt a bit uncomfortable with it for a while. But then, as soon as I was like, a couple of months later, it was like, it is what it is, and it makes a point of the film.
And
you liked it a lot, and I was like, no.
It's hard to portray something about yourself.
And also having that distance.
Because you're not you were in character, but you're in
also
yourself.
myself.
Since I come from like the skateboarding community, I think like in the 90s there was a lot of like do-it-yourself culture kind of. So I think that influenced me a lot, and many that I work with as well from our company in Sweden, Platform. We're coming from a more of a auteur tradition where everyone is kind of not strictly directing, but people work with like the cinematography and the editing, and people are also like good in sound design, and so you're kind of a broad type of director. And I think that comes from that you needed to do everything yourself when you started out.
My background first also through skating. There was this do-it-yourself mentality, but then also through punk and hardcore music. It was also about recording and then sending off the cassette to a vinyl printing factory in Czechia, and then handing them out at shows. So that affected me in terms of recording myself. I mixed myself, and I like being alone. So there's not only a mentality that you have to do things yourself, but also that things come out in a certain way if you're limit the amount of people that are involved, and becomes less of a compromise, and something that I still continue to use as part of the aesthetics, having a certain lo-fi quality to what you do, and because then you maintain some character. But I'm also, with the years, I've noticed that it's fun to flesh out things and be able to tour with a band or tour with an orchestra, or make a film where you sort of relax, let other people do their thing, and then you get other type of interesting stuff done.
Oh, I'm doing another feature, like a dramatic feature. So I've just written that script, so we're starting to work with that right now in Sweden.
I'm writing my 5th solo album, and continuing touring. I'd like to keep my fingers warm, so I'm try to be out once a month, and I'm playing old songs, but working on the 5th solo album.